Chapter 17 of Angel Food, Little Talks to Little Folks by Rev Gerald T. Brennan. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. Stick close to the General. When I was a small boy, there was a great big war being fought away across the ocean. It was a terribly big war. The whole world was fighting. Even our country, the United States, was fighting. I remember how our young men had to leave home and go off to fight for our country. When our soldier boys would leave for battle, their parents and friends cried and worried and prayed that those boys would not be killed, but would come home again safely. Many poor young soldiers, you know, never came home again. They died on the battlefield. I remember one night at the railroad station, some young soldier boys were leaving to join our nation's colors and to fight for the Stars and Stripes. Everybody was feeling awfully blue and sad. Fathers and mothers and friends were crying. Even some of the soldiers were crying. It was the last time, perhaps, that some of these people would see one another again. Perhaps some mothers and fathers would be dead before their boys returned from the war. Maybe these young soldiers would never come back. There was one old man there that night, a man whom I shall never forget. His son was with him. The poor old father was holding his boy's hands and trying to say goodbye. The old man's eyes were filled with tears. His hands shook with grief. He could hardly talk. He was heartbroken. The poor old father didn't want his son to be killed. The old man had only one son, the only thing in the world he loved. But what could he say to his boy? What would bring his boy back to him after the war was over? The whistle of the train blew. The soldier boys must hurry to get aboard. The old man wanted to say something to his boy. He squeezed the boy's hand, hugged him tightly, and whispered, Johnny boy, don't get killed." The soldier boys were on the train, and it was about to pull away. The crowd was cheering. The poor, heartbroken old father saw his boy Johnny waving from the train window. The old man wanted to say another word to his boy. What could he say to bring his boy back safely? The train started to move. The old father waved his arm, and raising his broken voice above the noisy crowd, cried out, "Oh, Johnny boy, don't get killed! Don't get killed! Stick close to the General!" Boys and girls, you are in the battle of life. Your whole life is a warfare, and the whole world is a battlefield where you must fight. You must fight to save your soul. You must fight to win heaven. The devil is fighting to make you lose your soul. Therefore, you must fight very hard all your life to save it. But, boys and girls, please don't get killed. Stick close to the General. And your General is Jesus Christ in the Blessed Sacrament, our Lord in Holy Communion. You know, children, your fathers and mothers, your teachers and your priests love you. You are all we have to live for. We are proud of you. We are giving the best we have, the best part of our lives, to make you good. But we worry and worry about you. Where will you be, and what will you be 5, 10, 20 years from now? Will your soul be lost? Will your soul be killed by the devil? Will you be killed in the battle of life? Oh, boys and girls, we would never worry about you if we could be sure that you would always stick close to the General, Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. If, during your life, you never give up going to Holy Communion, but receive our Lord as often as you can, then you will be very close to the General. You will never get killed in the battle of life. Of course, like the young soldier going away to war, you think it is very thrilling to grow up and get into the battle of life. Sure it is. But remember, if you get killed, you will miss the greater thrill of coming home again, the thrill of coming home with the General. Stick close to the General. End of chapter 17.